Audio's recording, video's recording. We are on a date.
Car date.
Car date. Welcome to With Whit. Date night. Date night with Whit.
Yeah.
Last one of 2024, man.
I feel like I haven't done one in a while.
You haven't. We've been busy here at With Whit. We've been
Good for you
doing a lot of
guys.
things, but we've missed you. Everyone's missed you a lot.
I'm so happy to be back
We're really happy to have you back.
and to have some time with you in the car to chat and go get a special something to eat. We're both starving.
We need this. I was gone for 3 days.
Yeah, you were. You want to just... I know I got some breakoutness.
We both have some skin situations going on right now. My sister and I both came back from Missouri with allergic reactions. Something
Wait, hang on. Should we introduce this as a new segment?
called
Skissues.
Skissues.
We're talking about skissues. All right, so tell me about your skissue.
So I started to get these little red bumps under my eyes last night, and I thought it was from this new eye cream that my sister told me to get and use. But my sister also had a major allergic reaction on her face. Hers was different. Her face puffed up and became super red, and her earlobes were puffy too. And so I think we're having different allergic reactions. I think mine was actually to a new eye cream. If you're watching the video right now, I'm giving you a good look. It's a bunch of redness around my eyes. So I just used some of Timmy's prescription hydrocortisone because
Why
Timmy's
not?
got his fair share of skissues, and he's got a lot of good prescriptions in his drawer.
That's true. I have psoriasis. I just went to the
Yeah.
dermatologist and he was like, it's all psoriasis. It's not too bad, but it makes my face red. And people are always like, you got a lot of sun. And I'm like, face psoriasis, head. So the doctor gave me new stuff. I said, try it for 3 months. It actually was stuff I already had, but I don't think I was ever committed to trying it. It's called Zoriv. I had been on Vitama, which literally cured it and then made me break out in a full body rash. So that wasn't ideal. But so I'm on Zoriv now and we'll see.
Jade asked me because I was talking about your skissues with Jade
Jade is
over the weekend.
very interested, which I really appreciate.
Very interested. Yeah, cares. And she wanted to know why you don't take medication.
I asked the doctor and he was like, you could take, a shot or there's some that are in
A
pill form,
steroid,
but they have side effects. And a lot of them are what I believe is called a biological or something that has a negative effect on your immune system. And he's like,
Okay.
if this isn't ruining your life, I would prefer you not, which I respect.
Yes.
Because it's not ruining my life.
No, it's
because
not.
I can't just tell people I have facial psoriasis and that they need to just let me live.
Yes, and if you don't feel insecure on a daily basis, then it's not worth it.
I don't know. I already have you. I'm really not interested. I don't like to go places and have people look at me weird when my face is red, but I don't think that happens.
It doesn't. I think you more just look tanned and you just got color. It's more the other areas that it's in that I feel bad for you.
You know who I feel bad for?
Who?
The people who only listen to this and, aren't tuned in on YouTube or wherever the video is to check
It's on
out.
YouTube.
Look at the sun.
Rosco's House of Chicken and Waffles.
Yeah,
Have you ever been there before?
Of course.
Yeah, I went once when I was a teenager with my English teacher.
We are on our way. Weird. Okay.
I know.
We a date? Was
No,
this
it
Geoff?
was no, it was LOL. We ran into my teacher Geoff at the Grove the other day. My English teacher Hyacinth Young. Sundays she would take certain students to church and to Rosco's Chicken and Waffles.
Her name was what?
Hyacinth. We called her Hyacinth Young.
Hyacinth?
Uh-huh.
Is that a common name in another country that I'm not familiar with?
I think she was from
Hyacinth. Chinese?
she wasn't Jamaican. She was maybe she was from that area.
This riddle
Caribbean.
is Jamaican me crazy. Oh my God. This is great. This is going to be one of the best podcasts.
You know what's weird is that I was talking about people that use puns but think that they're funny, actually use puns and
Not
think it's funny,
ironically.
not ironically, and how that's a certain type of person and how that person really annoys me.
Fair.
And if you understand that, then we can be cool.
Yeah. It's important to connect with people on common things that bother you.
It's true.
All right. Well, those are our skissues.
We're heading for a late lunch right now, just to give you some context.
A very special place. We're going to leave it a surprise.
I've never been there.
I hope you're going to like it.
I'm in for a treat.
Babe, you were going to start with your 3-day trip. Is that your something on my mind? Should we roll into something on my mind?
Something on my mind. So my 3-day trip was actually great. I feel like I don't need to get into the weeds of it. I shared on Instagram. I was heading to Missouri, dealing with some family stuff. We were going to move out all of our stuff out of this childhood vacation home that we have been going to for 40 years. And it was sad in all the right moments. And then it was also really like cathartic and nostalgic in all the right moments. And I said to you, it was really nice to feel what it felt like to be a family there and to like feel like a little girl, but then to also feel like I'm totally fine with like leaving that behind. And I love my life so much. And I'm so grateful that I had that. And like so much of how I parent and who I am now is because of that. It was a really, really positive trip, and I definitely had anxiety going into it, but we made the most of it. And I'm now wanting to just be more like emotionally available and positive and prepped for our next family adventure.
Right, which is the thing that's on my mind.
Yeah.
And just to comment on your situation, I'm very proud of you. I know that that was a tough weekend, and like you're allowed to be sad for tough things, and you were, and you also had a good attitude about it, and like made fun times just being away with your sisters, like
Yeah.
without kids, which you don't normally
Yeah.
get to go. So I was happy.
I know you were, and I really appreciated your support during the whole weekend too, because I felt like I was a little MIA. Maybe I wasn't, maybe you didn't think I was, but for me, I felt like I wasn't really checking in or like looking at my phone and responding to things
No, I
when I
want
saw
that.
it.
I want that
And
for you. First of all, you did check in.
uh-huh.
We spoke multiple times a day, but I want you to feel present in the parts of your life that are without me.
I
Like, you know what I mean? That's okay. I feel like we do have a bit of codependency sometimes. So to know that you're not thinking about me and living in the present and there just like makes me happy knowing you're going to come back like more fulfilled and, you
and
know,
like ready for you.
right, right. It
Yes.
can't just be about me all the
And
time.
I was thinking about you all the time, but
Don't.
it was interesting because I felt like my sisters were FaceTiming and calling their families like constantly, and I was
We're good.
like a
We're
lot, like
good.
that's a lot.
We're
But
good.
no, we're good. And I you like
I'm also telling you, like, I don't need
the
constant check-ins, you know?
I know you don't. And I feel like as long as I know what you're up to, I'm cool. Then I'm not gonna bug you.
Well,
But
you
if
got
I
me on Find My Phone. I've been using
right.
that for you. Like, when you're supposed to be home at whatever time, instead of being like, when are you going to be home? I just check the,
Oh, I never
I
checked
just
that.
started doing it because, like, I don't need to bother you.
Yeah, no, you're right. Oh my God, I love that you check where I
Yeah,
am.
I care about you. I just don't need constant check-ins.
What's
On
on your
to
mind? Because
me. We are going to Florida on the 23rd. My brother, my older brother, Alexis, my half-brother, I don't know if we talk about him very often, but he is 10 years older than me, and he's getting married for the first time. A lot of people want to know.
Mhm.
And he's also hosting Christmas, which for the first time. So he's got a lot on
A
his
lot.
plate. I'm the best man, which I'm honored by. And I wrote a speech, been writing it for months, having anxiety about it for months.
It's true.
And then he hit me up yesterday and was like, you're actually going to be speaking at the ceremony. So that changes the speech, right?
I mean, not only does it change the context of the speech, but it changes everything. Like, you need so many more details now. Like, this isn't a best man speech at a reception. Are you part of a series of people speaking? Are you like marrying them? Like, what
Yeah. Am I officiating?
you
Like,
need?
can I get the heads up?
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, that's on my
You should call
mind.
him and clear that up so you feel good before going into writing the next thing. Because like when you're speaking in a ceremony, you're not making the jokes like you were gonna make at the reception.
No, it's much more heartfelt.
Much more heartfelt.
All right, we're going to pause there
Okay.
and go get our special secret lunch item. Oh, we're back.
We're back. We went to the wine and cheese shop on Larchmont, which is called like the Larchmont Wine and Cheese Shop.
Village and Spirits.
And we'll show you what we got.
Pickles.
Tim's potato chips, original with sea salt. Hawaiian luau barbecue, crispy and crunchy, gluten free.
We each got 2 half sandwiches, so we could try some stuff.
Okay.
All right, here we go. My first thought is, where's the meat, dog? Wow, that's a lot of bread. All right, let's go. Review of the salami. It's really good. It's a little too much bread, but it's really good. All right, I'm doing the turkey. Turkey was great. Let me just tell you, it was on the salami, if I remember correctly. It was like salami, tomato spread, balsamic, olive oil, salt, pepper, and maybe some kind of cheese. I forgot. It was great, but I would give it like a 8.3 out of 10. The turkey was also great, better ratio. For some reason, I think I like the salami more, maybe just because I like salami more than turkey. So I would give the turkey an 8.2. They were at a ciabatta, so some of these scores could have been enhanced by the ciabatta. Who knows? That's a review.
I got the caprese. Originally, I was upset about the ratio of balsamic and olive oil to everything else, but once I got to the middle, it was there. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 just because I would like the bread to be a little bit better. Like, I feel like the bread could be better. The other one was just a veggie, which was lettuce, tomato, avocado, some tomato spread, roasted peppers. Very, very tasty, but too much flavor for me to eat a whole sandwich, and just makes the bread really soggy, which makes the sandwich less enjoyable. So I like the caprese better.
All right, should we do a pop culture palate cleanser?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Pop culture palate cleanser. All right, babe. What's going on in your pop culture world?
First thing that pops to my mind is James Kennedy.
Ooh.
And the whole firing of the whole cast,
Ooh.
which, I mean, I did not see coming.
I didn't see that coming either.
I think they got expensive. You know, they get raises every year. And then Ariana went and filmed with Tom. And it's like, well, you know, at some point, if you have too many rules, like, the producers are just like, see ya, dog.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what happened with The Hills New Beginnings. Like, we were all so, like, over filming reality TV, and no one really wanted to dive deep or show anything. And so then that's why the show just kind of sucked.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do? You
Yeah.
know? And then, yeah, James Kennedy getting arrested. Now, full disclosure, we have no information except for the headlines we're reading. We've done no extra research here, but
I don't even know the story or
I
the
don't
alleged
either.
story.
Me neither. But it's not hard to believe or imagine.
No, and Sunny and I just saw the two of them like a month ago at this Armani event, so it's hitting very close to home.
Right. James is a tragic reality TV character, and I think that he is a destructive, kind of toxic guy.
Yes.
But he also knew that stuff is what was making him money. So I think he was caught in the cycle that I think about all the time, which is like people having to have conflict in their life in order to stay relevant for their job, and, you know, that becoming their source of income and then being trapped. It's sad. It is sad.
He was also one of the most entertaining ones on the show.
Because he showed all his problems.
Yes, but his sense of humor.
He was,
and his one-liners were great.
He's
and just
funny.
The fact that he had a British accent and was a DJ
and
in the middle of all
his face was so
this
angular, and that
craziness.
butt chin. He's great. He's a really wonderful TV character, but he's a real person, and I think, yeah, there is some tragedy there for sure.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that came to my mind was that my sister told me Britney Spears moved to Mexico.
Which we also can't corroborate. That's totally unsubstantiated.
No, Jade said it's legit. She legitimately moved to Mexico.
Jade is a legit source.
Jade is, yes.
She is.
Wherever she gets her news from, which is most likely, she told me Daily Mail, because she said that's the only thing she checks in the morning. Confirmed that Britney Spears has in fact moved to Mexico.
Do you still follow Britney Spears?
Yes, I do. And every time she posts something, I watch it to the end, and I sometimes watch it 3 times, and I'm enthralled.
It is fascinating.
But I am like, what is happening here? I need to know every detail that went into this. What time of day is it? Who else is in the room with you? What did you take right
lunch
before it, or did you not? Yes. What did you have for lunch?
Who's making you lunch?
Just so many things that pop into my brain.
Well, let me go on the record also. Remember the whole Free Britney movement? I was approached to help produce a documentary about Free Britney, and I was like, oh man, maybe her dad isn't the right guy to be the conservator, but she needs conservation. Someone needs to be looking out for her.
Someone needs to be conserving her.
We need to conserve her at all costs. She is a national treasure, but
she is
in trouble, it seems. Any other pop culture shit you wanted to talk about?
Yes, actually something is popping into my head.
Let it.
Dorit spotted multiple times supposedly coming out of Mauricio's
condominium
building.
His sad dad pad?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I know. Also don't know the full story, but that's all I know, and that's enough.
Well, let me weigh in on that, on
Yes,
their
please.
beef. I think Kyle is at fault in the beef with Dorit.
I agree.
I think Dorit is better off without PK.
Agreed.
I got no beefs with Mauricio.
No.
Maurizio.
I feel like I want them to still be together. I was saying to Timmy as I was watching that I really just felt like I'm getting this feeling that Kyle was having a midlife crisis and now she's like regretting it a little bit.
Yeah,
And
but he's
he's moving
not.
on.
Right.
No, I
Right. Because I
know.
think that she is a lot.
Uh-huh.
And then I think that she's also thinks she's the star of the show, which she might
Yeah.
be, but is making.
I think they have a power struggle there.
Well, I think really it's her sister is a pain point.
Yes.
Kathy is the queen bee, and Kyle doesn't want to live in her shadow. And now Kathy's on her show, and Kyle's friends are being nicer to Kathy, and that's triggering. And she wants to assert her dominance.
And
even
Kathy doesn't like Mauricio, which causes like a weird ruffle and things too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But, you know, if Maurizio and Dorit get together, I like that couple
Kind
on
of like
paper.
that couple too on paper.
All
I
right,
know.
all right. I feel cleansed.
Pop culture palette.
Cleansed. What else do we do?
We could chat about Sunny.
Talk about Sunny's school. I'll tell you some stuff about Sunny. So yesterday we were there, picked him up, took him to the playground, and then 3 helicopters were like hovering right over us. Turns out there was like a high-speed chase and like a standoff like 2 blocks away. Crazy. And then
Great.
today, Whitney went to pick him up, and like all these streets are roped off because apparently some crazy guy with a gun like shot it in the air, not too far from his school.
No, literally 2 blocks away from his school.
Very concerning.
Very concerning. Don't love it. There's also been like someone lingering around the park for weeks
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
This
I'll
person
tell
that's
you.
just like hanging out.
I'll
Timmy
tell
can
you
tell
about this
us.
guy. So he drives like a white Toyota and it looks new, and he pulls up and then like gets out and walks around the park and like smokes something. And then he like sits in there, and he was doing it for like 3 weeks straight. And then a mom said that she saw him masturbating, and I said to the mom, that's not allowed, and it didn't go over well. And then everyone was on edge, and like apparently he got arrested and told the cops that he's like from another planet
Dimension.
and
He's
can't
from a
get
different
arrested.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what happens to him because he's from another dimension.
So scary stuff.
Yeah,
Scary
great.
stuff.
Love Los Angeles. I'm really, I am at peace with living here like I am now. There's nowhere else I could see us going, and I'm at peace. But I don't like that at all.
Oh, you don't want to have
Don't like that at all. But I just came from doing centers at Sunny's school, which is basically just parents coming into class to help them with art projects. And it was so cute. When I told Sunny I was doing it this morning, the pure happiness on his face, it was just
special.
It was so special. And I just remembered the feeling of when I knew my parents were coming to school and how much I loved when my mom was at school. And it just melted my little heart.
That's great. What did you guys do for centers?
We did all this different holiday themed stuff. There were lots of parents there, so much parent participation. At one point, I was like, do I need to be here? One station was making snowmans out of marshmallows and pretzels. One station was decorating dreidels and learning what goes on a dreidel and how to spin it. My station was making Kwanzaa trees with all different arts and crafts. And then another station was a sticker Christmas tree thing. It was just an arts and crafts day.
Wonderful.
It was very, very, very cute.
Well, Sunny otherwise is doing great.
He's
learning
thriving.
to read, being a nice boy, playing sports. We got a good one.
Except for that he told me on the way into school this morning when we were walking into school that I've been acting differently since I got back from Kansas City.
Oh, I told him to say that.
No. And I was like, bad differently or good differently? And he was like a little bad differently. And I was like, well, you can just tell me. And then as soon as I tried to pry more, he was like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know. You haven't been acting differently, so I don't know what he's thinking.
What?
You guys can discuss that.
Yeah. So weird.
So F you, Sunny.
What was the best thing that you ate last week, honey?
The best thing I ate.
Did you eat anything yummy while I was gone? You went to Tao, Timmy and Sunny. They went to Tao on Sunday at 5:00.
We did. It was like a family dinner thing with other families from his school, and I had never been. Beautiful space. The chicken dumplings were delicious. The tuna Pringles were delicious. Your favorite, the halibut skewer chewer.
So good.
I think the best thing I ate was that salami sandwich I just had. I gotta say.
That was really
great.
good.
And then besides that, in recent memory, my friend Michael made me 2 different pastas that were probably the best pastas I've ever had. One was a carbonara that he made like completely the traditional way, like everything perfect. It was so good. And the other was like a truffle pasta. I don't even know what was on it except for truffle, maybe like some pasta water and cheese to like emulsify, but just so simple and perfect and great. What was the best thing you ate?
So 2 things came to mind for me. One was my Randy's frozen custard. Randy's is a frozen custard shop in like the Ozarks, Missouri, and it's like an original mom and pop shop. And since then, there's something called Andy's that has.
We hate Andy.
Yes, Andy's is like, trying to steal Randy's thunder, and they have popped up chains everywhere, but we are OG Randy's people. And we went to Randy's. I got a concrete, which is just the custard with a bunch of things mixed in, like a blizzard. I got waffle cone pieces, chocolate chips,
Custard
and
is,
gummy
I'm sorry, babe.
bears.
Custard is misleading. When I hear custard, I think like inside of an eclair.
I know. I don't know.
So what is custard? When you say custard, what are you talking about?
Frozen custard.
Frozen custard.
Frozen custard.
Okay, that makes more sense because custard isn't frozen. So if you just took what I'm thinking of and froze it, it would be like frozen yogurt.
I guess so.
It's akin to frozen yogurt, right?
think
It's
it
not
is
hard ice cream. It's kind of softer ice cream.
Yes, and it's really, really smooth and creamy and delicious.
Yeah.
My new thing is hard gummies, like slightly frozen gummies. So good. So good. Because I love the chew. I love that. Have to work on it. It's definitely not good for my strong neck and TMJ, but I love it. So that was one thing. And then Jade and I found this really cute wine bar in Kansas City. And I had this piece of focaccia. It was fresh baked focaccia with like a roasted tomato situation and sliced manchego on top. And it was so good. And that was at this place called Vita's Wine Bar.
Vita's.
It was so cute. Do you want to review the year a little bit, or do you want to talk about anything that you are feeling for yourself for the new year?
No, I think I'm ready to be done. I think we have a lot of good content.
I do too.
And I think a year in review is a good idea, but I don't think I have the stamina
I agree.
to do it. And I got to respect my body and my heart and my brain and say, that I'm not going to do it and nobody can make me. And I don't know if I'll do it later, like I say I am.
I think that it's good. This is just
know.
a lesson in just like setting your boundary and sticking to it and just moving forward. We love you guys.
That's true.
We really, really love you guys. It has been a wonderful year for me on this podcast. Like, honestly, really, really huge growth. I started the year by saying that I wanted to simplify things. I'm not going to go into like a whole thing.
No,
but
let's do the year in review.
I will just say that I have simplified things, and especially with this podcast, I feel like I've really gotten to the heart of what it is, and I love you all, and I love that you take the time to listen to us, and I hope that you have a really, really happy and safe and healthy holiday.
What do you think the heart of this podcast really is?
I think that it is a audio diary. I think that what people want to know
week to week how you're doing.
Exactly. Really just heartfelt, real,
True.
little nuanced details of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I use a Sonic Pick toothbrush. That's intimate shit.
Very intimate.
That's what
And Calvin Klein briefs. Oh, I did mean to tell you that I
Should we put
bought
up a picture
myself.
of me in my underwear?
Yeah, I have
Clickbait.
one.
Do it.
I meant to tell you that I bought myself a pair of Thorlos, and they're amazing. Like the cushioning on the heel part, as well as the
ball,
the ball where I get corns. Ew. Okay. Happy holidays.
Wait. I just want to say I've been wearing Thorlos for many years, and like
I know.
I'm so happy you found them. Everyone else, you should get them. And like if Thorlo is listening, like if you could get a Thorlo deal, that would really make me, that'd be great.
I think that Thorlo needs an elevated design, and I'm here for it. Just let's just marry Thorlos.
Reach out to us. Like, let's talk, because we truly believe in your product. Okay.
All right.
I'm done.
Peace in the streets.